Good morning, everyone. McGarren Flack here, and I am just showing you my upper level orchard. So if you can see here, this is my property line that's sitting off to the side here, and it goes back about 200 feet, maybe 240 feet. So it's a long way, and this used to be just a nice big hillside. Here, I'll flip it around for you so that you can see what's going on instead of seeing my face, because I mean, this face, whatever, I'm switching it. Okay, so here is my hillside. There you can see the block wall that I put up. It took a really long time, and actually I'm not even done with it. I still have to finish it off there. But on the top of the hill is an easement, and that is then an easement for the city to be able to, for their drainage or whatnot. It's not my property. And then this hill is my neighbor's property. So there's an easement between the two of us, and this is my hillside. So this hillside is 22 feet high, and I was going to terrace it at multiple levels. Down here, I have all of these rocks set. My studio is right here, which is nice, but I have all these rocks set to be able to walk across and access the pawpaws. So those are the pawpaws. Then we have the hillside at a natural slope, so it's not too dangerous. And then I cut down into my property, so it's lower, and the hillside was not going to be as high. So now it's about 19 feet at that high level, and I put wood chips. I have about 5 or 6 inches in some places, a couple inches in other places of mulch, just wood chips sitting on top of that. So let's go through, and I'm going to show you what it consists of in terms of fruit trees or fruiting items. So I'm gonna have wood chips here going up the hill, and this I've already talked about or have a video on my muscadines that I planted. There's a PAULK muscadine, no growth yet, so I'm thinking that it's probably dead, but we'll continue on. Here we have the support structure between the muscadines. This next one is the SUGARGATE muscadine. And look at that, it's growing, yay. We get some high winds here, and this thing gets beat up really bad. So I'm gonna take a line and go all the way up to this line and secure it so that it doesn't get beat up as much. But that is some nice new growth. This is some experimentation. I have 2 Goumis and a mulberry, a white mulberry that I planted there, cuttings. Gonna see if they work out, or if they don't, doesn't really matter too much. This is the Hall muscadine, and if we go down in there, you can see there's the Hall growing, yay. So exciting. This is a Tillamook Goumi. This is another Goumi, I forgot what it is, it's like a red scarlet. And then another Tillamook Goumi. And we go to the Sweet Jenny muscadine. And if we look down in here, yay, it's growing. And then here we have the Persimmon. Look at that guy. He's just starting to grow. I've had the hardest time growing persimmons. And there are other videos that you can look at, like how to kill a persimmon tree in the desert. It's pretty easy. But this is some really nice growth, and it even has some fruit that's going on it, but I'm gonna take that fruit off as soon as it starts to develop a little bit more and let it focus on its growth. This is a rare persimmon called a raven persimmon. It produces black fruit, and it's growing pretty good. Gonna water today because it's looking a little dry. This this plant is the EVERSWEET pomegranate, and I have a PARFIANKA pomegranate planted right next to it. They're a couple feet away from each other. There's a video that I made about planting pomegranates and pruning them, preparing them. This is a Pennsylvania golden pawpaw, and he is not looking very good. He does not like the heat. So some of these bigger leaves that are dying off, I'm trying to water it. The new growth though, that's the important part. It is still getting new growth, and the new growth is nice and green. So I don't know what happened, but it's still growing. So that's a good thing. Then we have Comfrey sitting down here. Hi, Comfrey. And we go to Susquahanna Pawpaw. And this guy is growing really good. It did not do good when we had the freeze. It all died off, and then it's starting to bounce back. So the Susquahanna so far is enjoying the heat, and the PA Golden is not. This is the Spice Z Nectaplum. So it's a nectarine plum hybrid. It's growing. And you might say, oh man, that doesn't look so good. And honestly, this is the first year. It's totally fine. This is beat up, yes, because we get some good high windstorms. This last month, we've had 6 storms with 60-mile-an-hour winds. At some points, 60-mile-an-hour winds. This is the Indian Free Peach. I've heard really good things about the Indian Free Peach, so I thought I'd try that one. This is a flat, wonderful peach because they just look freaking cool, and they have red leaves. Red, brown, whatever color that is. You'd think being an artist I would know these colors. This is a Flavor Punch Pluerry, so it's a plum cherry hybrid, and it is growing great. I got it from Laguna Hills Nursery, which Gary's freaking awesome. Met him in person and bought these Pluerries. Phenomenal plant. I'm excited for this one. Flavor Punch. Another Comfrey, so I can do some chop and drop, which just basically means you chop the green and you drop it around the tree so it puts nitrogen in with the tree. This one is a Sweet Treat Pluerry. Again, short. These Pluerries are about 3.5 feet tall now. When I planted them, they were 2 feet maybe. This is a Candy Heart Pluerry, and I've heard great things about this guy. And he's grown pretty good. It was touch and go for a little bit with this one. And then Cotton Candy Aprium. So this is mostly apricot, a little bit of plum in it. Really nice and juicy. Heard great things about it. The length of it died off, so I cut it back, and we got some new growth coming out there. But it's above the rootstock, so I know that it's a true Cotton Candy Aprium. This is a Flavor Delight Aprium. And this guy's getting really tall. I don't want him to get too tall, but hey, whatever works. And then this is the SHANXI Jujube. So that is it for the SHANXI Jujube. I am going to plant here about 20 feet away a mulberry, a black or a white mulberry. I don't know. We'll get it figured out. Maybe the black one that I planted. But if you look down here, you can see along the side, there's the easement. There's my neighbor's property, and there's the beautiful art studio and the other garden orchard area. So I know that was really kind of quick. I thought it was kind of quick, but that's a lot of fruit in one little thing. They're spaced about 8 feet apart here with the Pluerries, and then they go 10 feet apart with the Pawpaws and Pomegranates and Persimmons because I have them doubled up in my planting. So shoot me any comments, or if you have any questions, that would just be awesome. I'm trying this out in Zone 8B, St. George, Utah. See if I can get things to grow here and get a variety of fruit, because we don't usually get these types of fruit here in St. George. So I want to live life and experiment with it. Okay, I hope you all have a stellar day.